You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the reading, please help out. And then when you are done, you are not earthbound, you could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate message for the Pisces tribe members concerning whatever they need to know about their money right now. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the collective negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. And as always, I want to thank the Pisces Collective for being so patient with me. You guys are the last people on the Western Zodiac wheel, so sometimes by the time I get to Pisces, I'm like, I just feel bad that it takes so long for me to get to them. Especially because, you know, I don't always have the energy to upload back-to-back day every day, especially because I'm a full-time caregiver for my grandmother. But would you look at that? We got good fortune here at the bottom of the deck. Good news coming your way. I'm already seeing in my third eye 10 of Cups. It may or may not come out, but you could still feel the energy of a card if you really know like tarot well and you're clairsentient. So 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, even though that is a Virgo card. 10 of Cups is Pisces energy, and it talks about like happy family dynamics. So I feel like with good fortune here, this is not just talking about you getting some wish fulfillment. I feel like if you live in a house with other people, or if you have a good relationship with your family and you live by yourself, there's going to be a blessing that happens for the entire family. Some sort of come up. Now I'm hearing it might have something to do with inheritance, someone passing away. So you can look forward to someone being on your spirit team if they're going to pass away. But we do have past life here. Pisces rules 12th house in astrology, which has to do with karma, dreams, shadows, secrets. So in my experience, Pisces tend to be very childlike, very fun. I just saw 222 on the timer. Very carefree, loving. So it's childlike energy. It's 6 of Cups energy. So with past life, I might possibly use the Astro Alignment deck because it has a card in there that says Nadir, Origins, Inner Child. So because this is a money reading, some of you might be connecting to something that made you really happy when you were a child, whether it's collectibles. A lot of times my Aquarius and Pisces readings run together. And for Aquarius, I think for their 30-minute money reading, I was getting something about them collecting things that they used to like from their childhood. So it's something about you being childlike that is going to bring you a lot of monetization. Whether you're a person that just collects stuff, does nothing but hauls, and you upload it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you'd be surprised like how many people, how much of an audience there is just for people doing one thing like that. You could do something really quirky like collect Trolls dolls or action figures, or you could just do like some really quirky habit like the people who like to make hats out of like plastic fruit or crayons, or I see all kinds of people like that on my For You page or my feed when I log into Instagram. So anything that's just like very crafty, colorful, very eye-catching is like Pisces energy. We have nature spirit. Sometimes this card can talk about clairsentient energy or passed on spirit guides. It reminds me a lot of certain things from the Disney Pocahontas movie, and because of that, this card always gives me Native American energy as well. We might see it in physical features. And we have spiritual cleansing here. A lot of people come to me asking about like protection or house cleansing stuff. So nature spirits and spiritual cleansing, I'm feeling like some of you might feel like something's around your house. If someone you love has recently passed away, it could be them too, because tarot is past, present, future. So for some of you, it's already happened. 444 on the timer. And then we have water. Pisces is a water sign. They're in the water sign trine with Scorpio and Cancer. But water, the cups in tarot, also represent feelings and emotions. So something that really makes you emotional, makes you giddy, happy, joyful, could be something that gives you a lot of abundance. So now I'm going to try to get about 7 to 8 physical features. Sometimes more like to come out from this deck. It's not going to be the only type of people that are watching me, but it's going to be the most prominent features. keep in mind that this could also be talking about someone else whose energy comes out in the reading. It doesn't have to be what you look like. I feel like I need to get a little bit more for this one. Okay. Okay, so I just want to point out this. Now I'm mixing it up. It's not in the order that it came out. I'm just matching synchronicities. So we do have makeup, and then we also have gray eyes here. I've never met anybody who actually had gray eyes. Like when you read books, they always talk about characters with gray eyes, but I don't even know if that's possible. This is really just my eyebrows, eyelashes on fleek card. So there's a synchronicity here with someone that likes to do makeup, or that could even be your occupation. Makeup artist, cosmetologist, barber. I know a lot of times people think barber, male, cosmetologist, female, but I'm a licensed barber, and I haven't worn makeup in a while because I live in a very hot city, but, you know, just, it's more so about what you do or what you like, what your niche is or what you're good at, rather than how you present yourself. So, you know, there are barbers that like to do makeup, or there are barbers that wear makeup themselves. We have vitiligo and buxom came out together. So sometimes when cards come out together, I do see this as one person, but it could be individual. It could just be that both of these came out because both of them are relevant and they were right next to each other in the deck. What I'm feeling is someone could actually have vitiligo or some sort of like pigmentation difference on their breast because both of these cards came out together. Sometimes when you have melanated skin, and like, for example, like if I wore this shirt a lot and it was like really hot, underneath like would have a pattern that is like 2 shades lighter. So it could even be something like that. Spirit wants me to emphasize the fact that someone's breast could have a different pigmentation than the rest of their body. It could be that they have like, not petechiae, because I think that's like a blood thing, but they could have like freckles or just lighter because of the sun, or maybe you were naturally born with a birthmark like on your breast. Very specific, but that could resonate with someone. We have peachy skin tone. Someone could have like blotches of their skin that are peachy because they have vitiligo, and it doesn't have to be like a whole bunch of vitiligo. You could just have a little bit. We have curvy plus, which is specific to me because there's curvy and then there's plus size. Not everybody is necessarily both. Like you could be a skinny curvy person, or you could just be like a non-curvy plus size person. So someone is obviously just like plus size. We have wavy hair. This can even be just a wig or a weave, because I do feel black energy and this could be resonating with anyone. We have Middle Eastern. This card is kind of abstract too, because when this one comes out, most of the time I feel like it's talking about someone's name being Middle Eastern. We have age range 18 to 26, which is my sunny weather card. California, Arizona, Florida could be where you're from, somewhere like that. Age range 76 to 94. I do feel like someone's parent, grandparents, or grandparent is passing away. This card does give me spirit guide energy too, especially if both of your parents are passed away. You know, my ideas of like an immediate heaven and stuff like that have changed just because I've converted twice to 3 different things, or like multiple things in my life. So I pretty much just kind of like take the common threads and everything that I was brought up around, or everything that I resonate with. But I do kind of feel like with this card, something about it kind of feels like someone, you know how people say they're in heaven watching over you? That's just kind of what I feel like when I see this card. We have gray hair, white, body piercing. Someone could have faux locks, a medusa or a septum, a beauty mark, and then we also have acne. So there are a lot of cards here that focus on someone's skin. Now with this gray hair here, obviously there's a senior that's relevant in this situation for a lot of you. Some of you could actually be taking care of your parents, but you are also up there in age, like age range 76 to 94. You could be like 56 to 64 or something like that. But for a lot of you, I feel like because I'm picking up on family wealth, it's taking like a village to run your household. There could be a lot of people in your household, or just a lot of family members that are helping you with this caregiving thing, for those of you who are caregivers. yeah, with like the breast augmentation and all the esthetician and makeup stuff, I definitely do feel like someone who's in the beauty industry could be significant. And I know I say that all the time, and I pick up a lot on it for almost every sign, but that's just what I feel. It's kind of like, because I'm a twin flame, I always pick up on twin flames in my relationship, and it's not like a placebo or me projecting stuff onto the reading. It's just like I can really recognize when that's the case. For the energy, it's drawn to me like a magnet. Just like, you know how when people say after they buy a certain brand of car, all of a sudden, there's always been cars like that on the road, but all of a sudden that's like the main car that they see everywhere. It's kind of like they have a sixth sense to pick it up. That's how I feel sometimes about twin flame, or about like Barbara Cosmo energy in my readings. And it's also it's hard for me to forget that chapter of my life, because that is when I went through my dark night of the soul. So it's like I'm super alert to the energy of things that remind me of that. And with like this energy of plastic surgery, someone could be from the LA area as well. They're kind of known for that. And I know a lot of people, they would associate that with karmic energy in their readings, but I don't really, I don't see people as being karmic or being insecure just because they have some sort of surgery. The reason why I'm open-minded to that is because, you know, being in the beauty industry, that's what people do. They try to beautify themselves. But also, as a lot of you guys already know, I am in the LGBT plus community. My divine masculine is trans masculine, so I'm kind of like familiar with the idea of being self-made and people just modifying themselves and things like that. Okay, so someone's name could be Keating. That could also be their last name though. Mackenzie, I don't know if we have all the letters for that, but I'm seeing it abstractly. Art. Someone could have went to college or trade school for something very artsy, very creative, like off the wall, bizarre. Some of you are into textiles and like fashion history and things like that, because I just pictured like someone, again, I'm picturing like a big floppy hat and someone making a reel of how they're renovating the hat or something like that. Some of you wear a lot of cultural clothes as well. Oscar. Some of you could be thespians too, theater people. So maybe someone who is from LA could be significant. I do see LA. I also see actor. So someone is not playing around. Someone is watching money readings because they're spiritual, they're woo-woo, and they want to become famous, or they always knew they were going to be famous. That kind of sounds a little bit far-fetched, like, yeah, right, tell me anything, crazy tarot reader on the internet. But actually, the energy of people becoming famous or already dealing with famous love interest comes out a lot in a lot of people's tarot channels, and I do believe it. I always reference how in RuPaul's memoir, The House of Hidden Meanings, he talked about how his mom had multiple kids, but when she had RuPaul, she went to a tarot reader for whatever reason. I don't know if she's a woo-woo person. But the tarot reader said, you're going to have a famous son. And of course, we know that famous son is none other than RuPaul. So I take this idea of like prophecy and predicting the future and telling people that they're meant for fortune to be very serious. Some of you, you've been getting a lot of synchronicities about you being the first billionaire in your family. Those exact words, I feel like you've heard over and over again in a lot of different tarot readings. So, you know, just as long as you grind, but also have that perfect mixture of grinding and trusting the universe, not necessarily rushing, taking opportunities, but understanding that, you know, if something is for you, it's for you. So it's kind of like you're seeing it. I feel like there's a lot in the tiles, but I'm not going to like focus too much on it because I want to make sure we get some tarot and some other things in. I think Mexican/Mexico is in here again. It comes out a lot. That name Sochi again. But water, I see water in here. Someone could have a lot of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in their chart. Someone could vlog food related stuff too, because I see eat in here. You can even work in, okay, I'm hearing someone's doing catering. They have a food truck, but I was going to say you could work in like the food industry. I was thinking like food catering, like casual dining, like Chipotle or Panera Bread. But some of you, I actually heard that you have a food truck. That might resonate with the people who, I feel like your family business or your family's going to come into some money. Maybe that could also be your reading, if that's something that you and your family have always talked about doing, but none of you had the money for it. I think some of you are about to get an inheritance, and that's what you're going to do. I feel like it might be Mexican food, soul food. I feel like it might be Korean or some sort of fusion of multiple cultures, I feel, especially if you come from a multiracial family. I know I'm getting very specific, but all of a sudden the downloads are hitting me back to back with that. I'm looking down in the tiles and I see Mace. I'm hearing someone's nickname is Mace. But that also makes me feel like someone could be like from the Bronx or somewhere where that's like a rougher area. Like, since I'm picking up on LA so much, maybe you could be from Compton. But we have King of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, which is cute because King of Cups is literally male Pisces energy. I just like to tell people what cards represent what sign just for educational purposes. But really, like, you could watch a reading and it'll be relevant to all signs or anyone who's watching. This King of Cups could possibly be you. Okay, so what's at the bottom of the deck is usually what you don't see. There's a lot of water here. And like I said, water represents feelings and emotions. So you guys have kind of been in your feelings. I think it's because a lot of you are grieving the death of a loved one here. Five of Cups represents grief. It's specifically Scorpio energy. But I just feel like you're very down. There's a death that's happening in the family, or it's already happened, that is going to be kind of a hard one to get over, because this is a family member, obviously, that has a lot of rapport, a lot of stories with people. So it's just going to feel like a huge void whenever they're gone. But always remember, in the Five of Cups, there's an Easter egg for the Tower here, which is also Scorpio energy, but there's also the bridge in the background. So it does mean you're crossing over from one season, like the remorse, like down in the dump season, to something that's brighter, and you will be able to move on. This could also be talking about, you know, your loved one moving on to a better situation or a more peaceful situation. Whether you believe that's them being in heaven, them waiting for Christ's return, them just resting in the grave, whatever you believe in, they're going to be relieved. And I think that should relieve you ultimately too. Also remember that Five of Cups is a Scorpio card. Scorpios rule 8th house in astrology, which is about death, transformation, rebirth. So the energy of Scorpio is very macabre, but it also reminds us constantly that, you know, death is a mystery. And a lot of people, we really don't know as a human race what happens after death. But there's a possibility that there could still be life after death. Like, just because someone passed away, I'm getting that this is a family member that you have a good relationship. Like, they weren't abusive or anything like that. Their legacy is still going to live on. So it's like that energy of transformation, or just because someone's no longer on the earth plane doesn't mean that they don't, you know, visit people or they're not involved anymore in anything. We have Queen of Cups here too, which is nice to see. Queen of Cups is specifically Cancer energy. So it really doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine watching this, or anyone who's gender non-conforming, or, you know, whatever gender you are. We've got the different aspects of masculinity and femininity showing here. People also say in tarot, whenever you see a king and a queen, especially if they're facing in the same direction, that's a match here. So is there something about a soulmate or a romantic situation that's significant with this too? We have Nine of Pentacles upright, the Star in the reverse. Okay, Nine of Pentacles is mostly known for representing individuality, being self-sufficient. The Star in the reverse could represent lack of balance, healing, or even lack of drive or vision. Okay, that can mean a lot of things, so I might have to clarify those two. Nine of Swords in the reverse is talking about someone no longer being stressed or worrying. So I'm picking up something about, for some of you, the passed on loved one is like an older person who was really sweet. And for others of you, the reason why I wanted to clarify the Star in the reverse is because I'm feeling like for some of you, it could have been someone who was depressed or who committed suicide. Sorry if that triggers you, or sorry for your loss, if that's your story. You know, Nine of Swords is kind of known as a mental health card. And if it's in the reverse, I'm looking at it right now as that person doesn't have to suffer anymore. So some of you are caregivers, but I'm also picking up something about someone being in an assisted living facility, or if they were addicted to drugs, or if they were depressed and suicidal, they could have gone to some sort of rehabilitation center too. This might resonate with people who are in the medical field as well. I'm just picturing a lot of medical imagery in my mind right now. So who is this Queen of Cups right here? I feel like it could be someone's wife. One thing that I'm hearing, actually, I saw the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and we have Queen of Cups up right here. I'm hearing that the death of someone's parent is going to bring a husband and wife together. That could be why I'm seeing Queen and King of Cups. But now we have 10 of Cups crossing. Looks like it wants to turn in the reverse, and 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I don't know why it's showing up this way, because I was honestly feeling the opposite way so far in the reading, like a family getting a big sum of money, and they're getting more money, not losing more money with the 4 of Pentacles reverse. But 4 of Pentacles reverse could also be talking about being relieved. Why are those two showing here underneath Queen of Cups? 5 of Swords in the reverse. This could represent forgiveness, someone saying sorry. There is something that I'm picking up about a family dynamic where you and your family members, whether this could be biological or in-laws, like you were not getting along for most of your life, but there's something about the death of a matriarch, a patriarch, or both parents or both grandparents for some of you, that's going to force people to stop competing with each other, stop being messy, and to just like try to work together. I'm hearing as a village. And what else about Queen of Cups here? 3 of Wands. This could represent anticipating something, waiting for something, wanting to reach out or travel. This is an Aries card, so it is about trailblazing energy, but also attracting something without having to do much, but still thinking about the possibility of reaching out. So do some of you have an estranged sibling that you haven't talked to in a while? For some of you, I feel like if this Queen of Cups is an estranged sibling, you stopped talking to them for a while, not because there was actually conflict, but because there was a misunderstanding that happened between you two. But now you're realizing how small it was. With Ace of Cups in the reverse, something about like people emotionally lashing out, or someone making somebody cry or being triggered. I'm gonna get a little bit more about that too, because I'm picking up another message with Ace of Cups in the reverse. 7 of Swords reverse. Again, just like 5 of Swords reverse. An apology, admitting that someone was wrong. So I don't know if this is going to resonate with anyone, but Ace of Cups is a pregnancy card in tarot. I did just see the Sun reversed in the deck too. I don't know if this is going to be articulated right, but I'm hearing something about 2 sisters not talking to each other for a while because something about one of them having a miscarriage. And maybe that miscarriage caused someone to stop like letting their family in, and it's caused a lot of debates about who was being selfish. And I feel like someone, even when I saw 5 of Cups, I was feeling like someone was telling another family member, this happened so long ago, why are you still like using that as a victim thing? Why aren't you getting over it? I've never had a miscarriage before, so I can imagine that's something that's very hard for a person to go through, especially if they really wanted kids. And again, sorry for your loss on that too, but someone's sister could have been, really harsh about a miscarriage thing. And I feel like now with the 5 of Swords reversed, the 7 of Swords reversed, they want to apologize for the harsh things that they said. This person could be an Aquarius for some of you because, 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords are specifically Aquarius. Why 9 of Pentacles upright, the Star in the reverse? 5 of Pentacles, so someone feeling left out in the cold, ostracized, not having good money situations. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting such specific downloads. I'm looking at this 9 of Pentacles here too. I'm picking up something about someone having miscarriages or having some sort of pregnancy, fertility issue. And with the 9 of Pentacles, actually what I'm picking up on is adoption. Someone who did not go a traditional route as a woman by getting married and having biological kids. This 9 of Pentacles could be talking about a single woman who's thinking about adopting kids. For some of you, this single woman is queer. Sometimes 10 of Cups does give me that because there's a rainbow there, but there's something about someone also feeling like the outcast in their family because they're untraditional, especially if your family knows that you're spiritual too. But I don't feel like I'm at 30 minutes already. I don't feel like I need any more with the tarot. Again, just like the 15-minute, I want to expand more, but I just don't have the time for it. So if there's anything else that you need to know about this situation, it's going to be in other videos. I'm still, thinking about how I want to do personals, if I even want to go back into doing personals. Maybe I'll only do it pre-recorded, because I've had some negative experiences over the internet with people asking me for personals. I'm using hidden money blocks because I kind of want to tie all of the things that I'm picking up together. And then I think I'm going to end with Astro Alignment, because I want to get some extra clarity on what zodiac signs are relevant to you and your situation, but also what your astrological placements have to do with what's going on in your life right now. Oh, okay. At the bottom of the deck, you have a hidden money block is black magic. Negative energies are hindering your growth and success. Cleanse yourself, defend yourself against spiritual attacks, and remove harmful curses or any other form of black magic, while also cleansing and protecting yourself from further attacks. Okay, so we do have nature spirits and spiritual cleanse here. This is for those people who are really esoteric. Literally, someone could be sending you negative energy. I'm hearing that someone's trying to block someone's sacral chakra. This might have something to do with fertility, them coming up with the ideas that will make them famous or affluent. Something even that might have to do with someone hating on somebody else's man. So this is for a very specific amount of people. The easiest way that you could do spell work on someone is just by talking shit about them. So this could just abstractly be saying that someone's been really putting negative energy on your happiness, on your family. Don't panic. At the very least, all you have to do is pray. That's free 99. You'd be surprised how much, like, just simply buying a black candle from Target, the dollar store, Hobby Lobby for like $2 could really reverse negative energy. It's something intentional that's that simple. This even kind of goes with what I was saying in the 15-minute about how some of you have a Queen of Wands reverse doing spell work on you, but that was for an all signs video. Lack of specificity. So we didn't see the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is specifically Scorpio, but it does kind of give me Pisces energy, because Pisces is very childlike, sometimes a little naive, or I don't want to say ditzy because that might be derogatory, and I mean that in the best of ways, because I love Pisces, but Pisces could be just kind of very out there, and they're not like the most logical zodiac sign like Gemini or Libra or some earth or air sign, for example. But they're very whimsical, and that's why I love what Pisces brings to the rest of us, because without Pisces, we wouldn't know how to be soft. We wouldn't know how to not take life so seriously. But with like the Seven of Cups energy, lack of specificity, some of you are a jack of all trades, or you have a lot of interesting ideas. Some of you are dreaming about these ideas, because Pisces is the dreamer zodiac sign. But like, you're not acting on it, and that's why water is here, because you're too much in your emotions, and you need to practice the other aspects of tarot, like the pentacles for grounding or money stability, the swords for intellect, thinking things out, focusing, the wands for actually having the passion to manifest and make it come into fruition. So that's why some of you, if you have family members that are any of those groups, I think they help you a lot. But also, that's kind of why I'm feeling like the energy of you needing a village or a community to help you. And I will say, because I'm channeling the word village so much, some of you could be watching me from Africa. I do feel like there's Native American energy here. Some of you could actually live on a res. We have success vampires. People are taking away your time, your ideas, or draining your energy. This came out with being a copy. Copying successful people can backfire and won't set you apart. Okay, some of you do have a copycat sibling, but I'm not going to roast them too much, because I feel like that's for the people who resonate with having the sister that's like always trying to make you feel bad about your life choices. Some of you have a sister that's always been trying to compete with you. So I think that's why success vampires and being a copy came out together. So some of you have family members that are trying to help you and build you up. And with success vampires, some of you also have family members that are kind of like Greedo Graspo. They always have their hand out. Whenever you have a blessing, they want to ask you for it. And you don't mind sharing out of the kindness of your heart. But it's like, you can only give people money so much or help them so much to the point to where it's like, okay, you're grown. What are you doing to improve your situation? Because I'm not always going to be around. This sweet older family member that's passing away, they could have been a person that was always lending money to various family members. And now people are heartbroken because it's like, yeah, this person was obviously a good person, but it's like now it forces you to grow up. Now it forces you to adapt the positive personality traits that you saw in this family member. So we have sextile, harmony, ease, compatibility. There's a lot of water here. So for some of you Pisces, the people who are mostly in your corner, they could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Those are the most relevant signs for people who are your friends. We have transits, insight, movement, change. Okay, so this kind of also goes with what I was feeling about the 15-minute where you guys are seeing a lot of changes in the world. There's a lot of changes in the dynamics around you. Because this is so family focused, I feel like what's happening for a lot of you guys right now is there's a lot of deaths in the family. There's a lot of new births. There's a lot of just seeing cousins and siblings who you used to change the diapers of and hold. Now all of a sudden they're grown with kids. Or now all of a sudden you're seeing people who always looked young having gray hair and beginning to look older. So it's kind of like shocking to you. It's making you more sentimental for the family members that you have still around you right now. And it's just really crazy for you to see, you know, the evolution of people, even the evolution of people's personalities and stuff as they get older. We have retrograde, reversal, deceleration, distance. Someone has an estranged sibling or just an estranged family member in general who they haven't talked to in a while. I feel like there is going to be an opportunity for you guys to make up. Sun, life, vitality, purpose. Obviously, a lot of people watch horoscopes or tarot for their sun sign, which is not just the month that you were born, but also the time bracket. So if you are a Pisces sun, it means that it's your purpose, especially your role in your family. The reason why spirit or the divine made you the way how you are is because you're literally like, not the life of the family, even though that's what I just heard. You're like the light, you're the sweetness of the family. And because it's like I said about Pisces, if we didn't have Pisces in the zodiac, besides Cancer, everybody else would be like just too rough. You know what I mean? We have Pluto, regeneration, rebirth, transformation. So pay attention to what's in your Pluto for your natal chart. I have helpful websites in my description that can help you find that. For those of you who don't know it, you just need to have your birth certificate. Some of you actually have Pisces, Pluto. You could have Pisces in multiple placements of your chart, but also there's something about Scorpio energy that's significant here. I got a lot of cards covering, but you have Aquarius, you got all the water, all earth, and that's really mostly what came out. Water, earth, and swords. There's no Libra, I don't think. For fire, there's just Aries, but like I said, that's just taking it literal. This is going to resonate for whoever's going to resonate with. Hopefully you like this video. I think this is going to be it for me today. I'm going to try my best to post Pisces 60-minute video tomorrow. You might get like other videos too. I have one video that I want to do on my booktube channel. But if you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys